I'm just looking forward to getting out there. I know April's got a really good car, and he's been able to win out there before. So I'm confident with the setup going in. Just got to be able to get out there and find the line and get comfortable.
Can keep doing it year after year. Keeps your momentum up. It keeps you as a driver looking forward. So I'm excited. Like I said, I think we got the best average finish in the last 3 years. So I'm hoping to build on that. I do not want another fourth place finish 4 years in a row. So we'll build on it, and hopefully we can get the win.
Welcome to Midwest Tour Talk. I'm Jim Trado along with Dean Strom. It's going to be an exciting week for you. We want you to be part of what's going on August 2nd at Wisconsin International Raceway, the GANDRUD Auto Group 250. It's a huge race, pays $15,000 to win, and I'm telling you, the stars are shining brightly for this huge event for the ARCA Midwest Tour, and the stars that challenge these guys. We've got NASCAR stars, we've got National Touring stars, and the best of the ARCA Midwest Tour. Dean, the stars and cars are coming out on a Tuesday night in August.
It's a crown jewel, and it's traditionally the first Tuesday night in August. It's always one of the biggest races. As you said, it brings out the biggest stars, the best that the Midwest Tour has to offer against some traveling stars. And we have, Jim, one of those traveling stars joining us here on Midwest Tour Talk.
He is testing right now, but not for the big race at Kaukauna, but we're welcoming in Stephen Nasse from Pinellas Park, Florida. You're busy testing where and for what reason before you come here to Wisconsin, Stephen?
Well, we were racing over here at Five Flags, Saturday night, and it's got our butt kicks. We've kind of been behind it a little bit, and we just testing never hurts, and the track's very similar to what it was when we left here. So figured there was no better time than to come back and get some testing in.
The importance is as well for leading into this December, the big race, the Snowball Derby. Stephen, you've been in the last 11 of those, so I'm sure every moment you get to test, whether you're in Florida or elsewhere, you want to get to that track like a lot of drivers around the country try to get there often. Will this help you at all jumping into Steve April's super late model come a couple of days from now in Wisconsin?
I don't know about that. I wish it was. Looking at the racetrack, it's going to be a different experience for me for sure. Definitely don't have that style track around here in Florida or anywhere that we run around here in the southeast. And I'm just looking forward to getting out there. I know April's got a really good car, and he's been able to win out there before. So I'm confident with the setup going in. Just got to be able to get out there and find the line and get comfortable.
Stephen, what can you do to prepare yourself? You're only going to have about 80 minutes of practice on a unique track, a D-shaped track. Both corners, sets of corners, turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are completely different. You've never seen it before, never raced on it before. What can you do before Tuesday, August 2nd, to familiarize yourself with that racetrack?
Well, for me, the only thing I'm able to do is watch some videos, and there's a good amount of those on the internet. So I'll do some research online, but I've been obviously doing this a long time, and been racing different tracks all my life. It's just kind of a part of it growing up, having to go to a new track and learn it. So I'm just hoping I can get there on Tuesday, and I'm able to find a way to get comfortable. I'm sure the car will be good. It's just going to be about me finding the line, and just watching a few people in practice and being able to walk the track, I'm sure will help a lot.
We pulled Stephen Nasse out of his testing situation at Five Flags Speedway because he's going to be racing this Tuesday, August 2nd, in Steve April's car. You actually raced in Wisconsin once before this summer. You saw Steve April's car with Derek Thorne behind the wheel at the Slinger Nationals. You finished 6th. Derek finished a strong 3rd. Is that part of the reason why you said, hey, if I get a chance and I got a good piece, I'll see you again in Wisconsin?
Not necessarily, but, obviously I've known Steve has a really good equipment, always been strong up there in that area. And they're really great people. The whole family is all really cool. And, just be able to work with them. I've kind of been waiting for this opportunity the last, 2 or 3 times going to Slinger. So even before Derek Thorne, I was able to get in over there, but definitely gives me hopes that I'll be able to go out there and hopefully perform well. Like I said, they're used to the racetrack in the area. I just got to get used to it myself on the driving end. I feel like that's over anything. I feel like that's a little bit easier if you could have a car that's already, on pace, and then you just got to figure out how to drive it rather than me trying to figure it out and trying to figure out the car at the same time. It makes it very tough.
Steve has a very experienced crew. He's very experienced, has laps. For a driver probably under 30 years old, he has a vast amount of experience. And like I said, a great crew. Will you bring anybody up from Florida with you to help in the cause, or is it just going to be you in a helmet bag?
No, it'll just be me in a helmet bag. Me and my dad are the only ones making the trip. And, my dad is a hard racer himself, and loves every minute of it. So, me and him will be able to make the trip up and, be able to enjoy the experience together. Hopefully things go well.
Stephen, before I let you loose, I want to let the audience know a few things about Stephen Nasse. You may have heard his name. Maybe you see a race on a national level. Yes, he's won the Winchester 400, but he's won in the past national, past South, CRA Jegs All-Stars Tour. He won the 2018 World Series of Asphalt Stock Car Racing. He's been doing that since 2010 at New Smyrna Speedway. 8 wins and 2 championships in the Southern Super Series. I'm not trying to blow you up here, Stephen. I'm just telling you what you've done already. In 2019, 3 wins in the ARCA CRA Series, Bristol, Winchester, and the Winchester 400. Won the Snowball Derby that year and got DQ'd after the race for some kind of issue, which is crazy. I know you still want to keep that trophy because you earned it. I mean, this is high-level stuff that you're coming to. We got a really big star coming here, Stephen. Did you see the entry list and see what the other stars look like? We got Kenseth coming and Derek Kraus and Ty Majeski and those guys.
It's definitely not going to be an easy race. Nothing up in that Midwest area seems to be easy. They definitely bring the heat when it comes to the local drivers, and also the Kansas and people of that nature that come in to run a few. So I'm not expecting anything easy, but we bring some heat from Florida as well. So hopefully we can bring it up there and show out a little bit on Tuesday.
Well, I know the fans here in the upper Midwest love it when you guys come into town. You've been to Slinger a few times, been to the Milwaukee Mile once before. I know they love to see drivers from out of the area come in. I know they treat you with just a bunch of gratitude, and I know everybody's looking forward to having you up here on Tuesday night.
Trust me, I'm just as excited myself. The fans in the area where you guys come from, or the Wisconsin area, they are it's different. The racing's a little bit more serious. I feel like down in the South, it's definitely, unfortunately, died out a little bit. But when I go back up there, I get reminded that racing is still alive and well. So I'm looking to get back up and seeing the mini fans, and getting to meet some new people will be always a lot of fun.
Stephen Nasse, thanks for taking the time tonight to join us on Midwest Tour Talk. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, August 2nd. We hope that Wisconsin's welcoming, and if you win that big check, it's okay. We're still going to cheer you. We're not going to say you can't leave the state without buying a bunch of cheese and beer. We'll let you out of the state with the whole 15, okay?
All right, sounds good to me. I mean, I'll still have a few rounds of the cheese and beer on me. I'm down with that. You guys know, after the race, I don't shy away from a few drinks.
And bring your merch, man. You got some pretty cool merch, like the hat you're wearing. We'd love to see that here as well. I'm sure fans would love it.
No, we'll have plenty of it, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the fans and all my competition when I get up there.
Stephen Nasse, thanks again for your time tonight. We wish you well in the travels, and we'll see you Tuesday.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. See y'all later.
Stephen Nasse joining us here on Midwest Tour Talk, Dean, and we got you a little glimpse. He smiles a lot, but he is business. I've seen him race a bunch. It was a big deal when he won his first guitar at the National Fairgrounds. He actually came in a pro late model race. He's run a lot of big races. We talk about across the country. He is a premier star racing with the Wisconsin drivers and the Illinois drivers and the Iowa drivers and all those NASCAR stars coming in Tuesday, August 2nd. It's going to be awesome to see Stephen Nasse figure out Kaukauna. It won't take him long, but it's going to be great to see him.
And he's going to be in a Steve Apel machine, which is top-notch equipment. It's even got a 51 on the side of it already, so Stephen won't have to change his number. Apel won't have to change the number on that machine. Really looking forward to seeing how quickly Stephen Nasse can adapt to Wisconsin International Raceway.
So last year's GANDRUD Auto Group 250 came down to a late run on old tires for Paulie Schaefer Jr. Paulie won that race in convincing fashion. He said, I felt like a gazelle in a hunt, and they never caught me. I just kept running and running and running. Well, that car that Paulie Schaefer raced to victory last year is now being driven by Matt Kenseth. Yep, I get to bring up my bobblehead again.
You just love to use
I
the
love
bobblehead.
it. Matt Kenseth is racing Pauly Schaefer's defending race-winning vehicle this Tuesday night, August 2nd. Dean, what do you say? Well, take a look back. Last year's exciting race, the Wisconsin International Raceway presentation in 2021 of the race we're going to see on Tuesday night. Let's go back 1 year ago. The Wisconsin International Raceway in the ARCA Midwest Tour race won by Pauly Schaefer Jr. on a hot Tuesday night.
4 wide down the front straightaway. A salute for the fans. Man, they have turned out in droves here at Wisconsin International Raceway. It's great to see. Tom White looks them over off a 4 green flag, and we're racing at Kaukauna. Good run down into turn number 1. Justin Mondijk. He will take the early advantage up the back straightaway with a power move on the outside, Jim, off a 2. Local racer Brazen Bennett is going to bring his number 9 into the pit area as we see Derek Kraus
Going for the lead.
go to the inside of Justin Mondijk. Move Derek Kraus up. He's your new race leader.
And this is a great battle here in turn 3, Dean.
Ty Majeski on the outside. Dennis Prunty, a former winner, 2 former winners. Battle for position. Give the position to Ty Majeski. That is 6th.
When he heads down the backstretch.
Oh, and we've got Carson Quapple off the pace.
Quapple pitted, but it looks like the left front tire is down on the number 35 for the Mooresville, North Carolina driver.
Yeah, I don't know if the tire's
That's a
down
whole
or
lot
it's
more than just the
suspension.
tire. The
That is
tire's up.
suspension damage on the 35. We'll go caution.
Coming back to see the green flag on lap 70, led by Derek Kraus, the NASCAR Truck Series star from Stratford, Wisconsin.
Johnny D on the outside. Going to get a great run going down into turn number 1. And John DeAngelis Jr. forges ahead up the back straightaway.
Racing. Here we go. Working the rear bumper once again. Kraus lifting the rear of the 7 of DeAngelis off the ground at turn number 3. They go, and the amber is flying.
Caution up in turn number 4. We have a couple of drivers. Eric Almirola in the number 5. Jesse Love in the 21. And Love has heavy rear end damage on that Mobil 1 Toyota.
Right front down, it looks like, as well.
John DeAngelis Jr. to the outside of row number 1. He is your leader, your control car. Green flag is back out, and we are underway once again here at Wisconsin International Raceway. GANDRUD Auto Group 250. Johnny D, can he get away from Derek Kraus up the back straightaway?
Kraus is going to stay to the inside here because Sammy Smith looked to the outside. Only 3 cautions in this race. I stand corrected. And look at this battle off of turn 4. Man, they are tightly punched here. Holy cow. I can't believe we all got through that turn 3 on the restart.
Oh,
Turn
Majeski
4.
on the front straightaway. Majeski got together with Luke Fenhaus and Travis Sauter, and Majeski is off the pace. Your fast qualifier and 2-time and defending champion here in the GANDRUD Auto Group 250 was off the pace.
And we see Ty Majeski climbing out of that iRacing number 91. Done for the night.
Boy, he had a tough break, and obviously tonight, but oh, and don't give up on this battle for the lead. Derek Kraus tried to do a crossover. Looks like he went high, tried to dive low off of turn number 4. Couldn't wrestle the lead away from John DeAngelis Jr. into this event. First, oh, Casey Johnson is off the pace. Turn 3, the driver who was in position number 3, Casey Johnson, is off the pace.
Slowing to pit road comes the driver who is contending up in the top 3 just a lap ago.
There is Casey Johnson. They're putting fuel in the number 5 machine. Are you kidding me? Coming here.
Derek Kraus to pit road. Derek Kraus is to pit road. The number 21, the second place car, is rolling under green to pit road.
Again, perhaps a fuel issue. We're going to have to watch.
That team had yet to pit. They've gone 144 laps.
Yep, fuel. They're going to the fuel cell. And we have to now watch our leader, John DeAngelis Jr. He has yet to pit.
Byron's popping out. He's done. Caution on the racetrack. And it appears this is a controlled caution within that window. So we'll slow him down, get the pace truck lined up. Catching the leader, Johnny DeAngelis Jr. out of Hubertus, Wisconsin in turn 3.
And he needed that caution. It's a great restart off the bottom. And the 7 car leads him down into turn number 1.
And Pauly Schaefer, look at this now. He's got Gabe Summers right on his back bumper. We're 180 laps into this one. This is about the sweet spot that I was told by several contenders here today. If we get a caution on one lap, lap 180, and we've got those new tires sitting, we want to put them on. Well, that sweet moment is only going to be available for 2 drivers. Pauly Schaefer, our race leader, and Dennis Prunty, who's drifted back. We talked about he didn't want to lose a bunch of spots. He's back in the 8th position.
They're up in turn number 2, nose to tail, second, third, and fourth on the back straightaway right now. You see it on your screens. Gabe Summers, Sammy Smith, and John DeAngelis Jr. Oh, he gets into the 22. Johnny D got into the 22. A great save by Sammy Smith. Caution is out, and this looks like it is our competition-controlled caution. And we go back to green flag action. GANDRUD Auto Group 250, final stages here, closing laps. Paulie Schaefer Jr. with a great run on the outside. He'll lead him up the back straightaway, but here comes Sammy Smith.
Crossover move to the inside.
Oh,
he goes
my.
and clears the rear bumper of Paulie Schaefer to the inside. Comes the Iowa teenager. In the number 22, slinging it for all it's worth on the inside line.
Schaefer will lead the lap 220. Sammy Smith digging hard on the inside. Here comes Luke Fenhouse in the number 4 on the outside. Fenhouse, move him to third as he gets around Gabe Summers.
Inside, Fenhouse goes on Smith. Smith has to go up the hill to give him room, or did make his own run. Did Fenhouse get into the left rear of Smith?
It's go time, Jim. Fenhouse got the memo. It is time to put the hammer down. He has dispensed of Gabe Summers, and he's trying to do the same with second running Sammy Smith. Meanwhile, up front, Paulie Schaefer Jr. checking out.
Everything will change for Paulie Schaefer, though. He's won in Grundy County in the ARCA Midwest Tour competition, expectedly so. Third place a year ago. He gave a run on the outside to race winner Ty Majeski at this point in the race, and then just faded back to third because he used his stuff up getting there. Right now, he's able to control and maintain this comfortable lead with 1 lap remaining in the GANDRUD Auto Group 250.
Paulie Schaefer Jr. always has a smile on his face, even not when he's not leading. Can you imagine the smile that young man is going to have when he climbs out of that number 7 at just a half a lap from victory?
We're about to see Portage, Indiana's Paul Schaefer Jr. put his name on this list of winners of the GANDRUD Auto Group 250. Schaefer wins in Kaukauna.
$10,000 richer. Third career ARCA Midwest Tour victory. The biggest of his career. There's no doubt about it. Third place in this race 1 year ago. And tonight adds his name to the long and distinguished list of winners of this Tuesday night special 250 lap race here at the Wisconsin International Raceway. Your winner of the GANDRUD Auto Group 250. Out of Portage, Indiana, it's Paulie Schaefer!
That's what happened last year at Wisconsin International Raceway in the GANDRUD Auto Group 250. Jim, it was a fantastic race. We saw a lot of different pit strategies, and Paulie Schaefer Jr. went to victory lane.
And a lot of cars went a lap down halfway through that race with Johnny DeAngelis in his charge. Man, he was so fast, and it just came down to how to figure out those tires. You only get 2 in the whole race. What do you say we bring in the driver who finished 4th 1 year ago to our Midwest Tour talk show tonight, because he is on a mission. He finished 4th last year. He finished 4th the year before. He finished 4th the year before that at this race, the GANDRUD Auto Group 250. Coming your way on MidwestTour.tv on Tuesday night, August 2nd. We want you to be there. We want to see you cheering on our next guest on the show from Roscoe, Illinois, driver that number 14 Ford, Austin Nason. Austin, thanks for coming on Midwest Tour Talk with us tonight.
Yes, thank you guys for having me.
We are getting right to it. Finishing 4th here, you know how to do that really well. That track, that race, what's so unique about the grind that is the 250 laps of Kaukauna?
Yeah, it's a tough place to get around. It's got a lot of character to it. We've always been good there. I think we probably have one of the best average finishes in the last 3 years, I think. We've always had fast race cars. We led laps with Kyle Busch that year he was there. So it's kind of a game when to take your tires. You guys talked about that. We took our tires when everyone else did, and I rode around that racetrack, barely putzing around. I almost went a lap down. I kind of just held my ground there right in front of those guys, let them use their stuff up, and there was a caution with, I think, about 30 to go, and I restarted behind Johnny D, and he ended up blowing a rear end, so I kind of got stuck in his fluid for about 10 laps. I was a half track behind everyone. I ran them all down with 2 to go, and I didn't have time to get to everyone. So we've always had fast race cars, good race cars, and I think we're even better this year. We've had some fast race cars the last couple of weeks here. So
4 career ARCA Midwest Tour wins, the Joe Shear Classic at Madison International Speedway, the All-Star 100 at the Rockford Speedway, a track very near and dear to your heart, the Father's Day 100 at Milwaukee Mile, and then this year, a couple weeks ago, the Wayne Carter Classic at Grundy County Speedway. Apparently, Austin, you just win the cool races. I would think that winning the Dixieland or the GANDRUD Auto Group 250 would be another cool race to win, wouldn't it?
yes, it would. We always seem to come on strong in the bigger races. I don't know if it fits our team a little bit better. We always seem to run good in the long run stuff. So I'm excited for it. There's going to be a great crowd there, great car count, a lot of good drivers there. So it'll be a tough show to make. So I'm excited to get there on Tuesday.
And this fits your style, Austin. You guys have really made an effort outside of the ARCA Midwest Tour to race in the Rattler 250, to race the All-American 400 at Nashville, to race the Snowball Derby. I mean, this long-distance racing, and you mentioned that charge you put on, man, that's all part of the balance. I forgot about this. We actually had some cars running out of fuel last year, including William Byron. I mean, it was a crazy race. How do you guys prepare for this race? What have you guys been working on in the shop this week specifically for this 250-lapper?
We really haven't been working on nothing, just getting the cars ready. Like I said, I feel like we found a good baseline setup here the last couple weeks. I feel like we brought fast race cars. We won at Grundy. We finished 4th at Slinger again. We only got 1 tire at the break there, so I feel like it kind of limited our success of where it kind of put us. So I feel like our baseline stuff's been really good this year. So like years before, I feel like we were searching for speed. I feel like we can go there this year and not search for it with our baseline stuff.
Jim asked you about the car and what the team is doing in the shop to prepare for this 250-lap race. It's a long day, and it can be hot. It can be grueling. That track can really wear the equipment out. It can wear the driver out. What are you yourself doing to prepare for 250 laps on a Tuesday night at Wisconsin International Raceway?
I'm just going to work out in the heat every day. Just got done laying a semi-load of sod with the guys today, so that kind of keeps me in shape. So I really I'm not too big of a one to work out there. I just kind of keep myself hydrated on the race days. That's the biggest thing is I go down south and I race the All-American 400, the Redbud 400, and that kind of wears you out there, and you kind of learn what you got to do for these bigger races. Like I said, so hydration is key to these big races, and if you're not hydrated, it's kind of hard to hold on for 250 laps.
I'm going to drop some names on you. It's like an all-star cast coming to race with Austin Nation, and the field is stacked. Matt Kenseth back after 15 years away at a track he won a championship at. That's my little Matt Kenseth bobblehead.
He likes using the bobblehead.
I do. I got it. Eric Jones is racing for Wimmer. Johnny Sauter in his own car. Hocevar, Fenhouse, Ty Majeski, Derek Cross, Johnny D, and then you got the Wisconsin International Raceway contingent, JVO, Bobby Kendall, Andy Monday, and the Stephen Nasse guy. I mean, it's pretty stacked again. Do you excite yourself? Like, do you like, hey, wait a minute, I got my stuff, but it's cool to see who I get to race against and beat these guys, the satisfaction that comes with that. How do you approach that?
Yeah, I feel like this year, I feel like any track you go to has had a stacked field. Just look at everyone. I mean, you got the Nationals were crazy. The tour races have been absolutely crazy with the amount of talent that has been in the fields this year. So it's good for short track racing in Wisconsin. So I'm excited for it. Like you said, there's a lot of big names there. I mean, anyone that you just named in that list can win the race. So there'll be 30 cars there that could win any given night anywhere across Wisconsin. So.
And Dean, I forgot to mention, Casey Johnson, Gabe Summers, they're running pretty good this year for the Tour Points Championship. Jonathan Island just came off a win. Levon Vandergeest in his second year. Mondike's been well. That's the top 5 in points. Then that rookie Tristan Swanson's really been doing some things. So it's going to be a barn burner, I think, on Tuesday night.
It's going to be a great race on Tuesday night. It looks like the weather's going to be fantastic. And I know I'm looking forward to it. And it sounds like Austin's getting ready for it as well.
And I also want to bring up the fact we can't avoid what's over your left shoulder there, Austin. What is the Rich Pickle? Looks like some hockey sticks cut off with a 45 on it, but that's a very unique trophy. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I got lucky to race at Rockford with Rich for his last year there. I won the first segment, and I ended up finished second to him. The second one is cool just to kind of get his farewell tour there at Rockford. He's got a lot of history there. He's won a lot there. So to beat him one, and I guess really finish second to him was special. One of the greatest guys you can race with, tough racer. Still see him at short tracks. It's awesome to see him walking around the pits, and just it's cool to have him come up and talk to you. He actually came up to me at Slinger and told me he had a dream that I was going to win Grundy, and
No
we ended
way.
up winning it.
Wow. You
Yeah,
need to have him
it
on
was,
you
cool.
need to have him on speed dial, I think. What's he telling you about Kaukauna?
I don't know. I guess I better give him a call and put it in his ear that he better start dreaming about me here.
That's exciting, man. That's really cool. Knowing that you've been around this series for a while, you have seen some really good competitors come and struggle. You've seen guys come in and say, man, I don't know what I'm doing here. And you've also seen guys excel. You've seen guys mold their careers like Ty Majeski and Casey Johnson. And, you're a young guy. Casey Johnson's only like 31 years old. I mean, it takes a lot of work to do this, but do you enjoy these aspects and this level as you're doing it so long and now hitting that stride again with Brian Johnson Jr., your crew chief, hitting that stride saying we can beat anybody anytime?
Yeah, it's definitely nice when you can go to the racetrack and feel like that. You do hit your tough points throughout the years. I've had a couple of those, and it kind of brings you down. But like you said, when you start winning again and start running top four at these bigger shows and can keep doing it year after year, it keeps your momentum up. It keeps you as a driver looking forward. So I'm excited. Like I said, I think we got the best average finish in the last 3 years. So I'm hoping to build on that. I do not want another fourth place finish 4 years in a row. So we'll build on it, and hopefully we can get the win.
Austin, we also have to bring up the fact that qualifying is critical. It's going to be maybe even more critical now at Kaukauna, Wisconsin International Raceway, Tuesday night, August 2nd. Qualifying in the afternoon will lock in the top 16 in time. How important will that be in your preparation when you get on the track for practice? How much will you pay attention and really dial in your qualifying setup to make sure you're in that first segment, so you're in the first 8 rows when the race starts?
Yeah, it's really important. I had to go through the last chance race last year. We kind of didn't have our speed there, but raced good. And I feel like that's where we kind of hit on something this year where it's kind of combined of a race and more speed in these cars than anything. So we'll definitely be looking at that. It's going to be tough with the tire situation we got going on. No one really knows what stickers do anymore. They're so they're not repeatable anymore. So it's kind of tough to really figure out what a car is going to do nowadays. But it's as long as you get the speed in it, you'll be there.
And that notebook you have is going to be, I think, really important, knowing that you've got just those 2 tires to change, that you've had long race runs, you've got that experience. You stepped out of the ARCA Midwest Tour to run the Redbud 400 just a couple weeks ago as well. That all plays into it. And we can't thank you enough for joining us on Midwest Tour Talk tonight, Austin. It's really been kind of cool and seeing your insights and getting that tire deal. That's a huge deal. To figure that out, I'm sure you guys have a great plan for that as well.
Yeah, I hope we will. And thank you guys for having me.
Austin Nason joining us. Austin, thanks again for joining us on Midwest Tour Talk. We'll see you Tuesday, August 2nd at Wisconsin International Raceway. And, Dean, we got to tell the fans when they are going to be there, they need to get there early.
They do.
We need to get there.
They do. It's as we said, it's one of the biggest shows in the state. Love to have them there. Pit gates open at 10 o'clock. Grandstand gates open at 4 o'clock. Qualifying is at 5, and sandwiched in between there is some practice sessions, not only for the ARCA Midwest Tour, but the Midwest Truck Series is going to be on the docket as well.
The Dixieland Delight 35, the last couple of years, it's been the best truck race I've seen. I've gone to a lot of Midwest truck races, and I'm telling you, between James Lynch racing down and passing Brad Miller to the year prior, Bryce Miller racing hard with James Swan for the victory. I mean, these are really top-notch guys. Mm-hmm. And we have guys like Cody Hubred, and we have guys like Chris Blauett that have raced super lates that are racing now full-time in the Midwest Truck Series. It's just a joy to watch how these guys prepare and race, and they'll be racing as well on Tuesday night. That ticket is all one big happy price. Come on in. Front gates open at 4 o'clock sharp.
But if the race fans can't make it to Wisconsin International Raceway, perhaps they have to work on a Tuesday, can't get away, they can dial us up on MidwestTour.tv and catch all the action that we're talking about. Qualifying will be on there, last chance races, heat races, truck series races. Everything is going to be broadcast live. You and I are going to have the pleasure to call it. Again, that's on MidwestTour.tv. When we turn the cameras on, you get to see it all.
And when you subscribe, you can watch it live. But if you do happen to work on Tuesday night, you can subscribe. Access to watch it as much as you like right after. I mean, it's going to be yours for a while. So it's not a matter of you miss it if you don't catch it live. So we want to make sure you can actually take part in it and enjoy what we love calling.
And all of the ARCA Midwest Tour races are archived on MidwestTour.tv. So if you want to go back and watch the Joe Shear Classic, or if you want to go back and catch the Miracle on the High Banks from the Slinger Speedway, you can do that. I know a lot of the race teams put it on the TV while they're working on the cars, just to have some video going on in the background.
And the names we mentioned throughout this Midwest Tour Talk, they're all going to be there, and a lot more drivers are going to be there. We're talking about a lot of focus being put on this. We mentioned local drivers. We mentioned the NASCAR stars. We mentioned the touring stars, the ARCA Midwest Tour, all in action this Tuesday. The website for the series is midwesttour.racing. Again, www.midwesttour.racing. To get the feed, it's a separate website, midwesttour.tv. So you want to make sure you remind yourselves, maybe you just buy it now. Buy it now. Get it in there. I'm not trying to sell you anything you don't want to buy, but you want to do it now so it's set. You aren't going to forget. You're not going to make, oh, wait a minute, I missed the first hot lap session. What's going on? So buy it now and have some fun with us, because the more you're involved, the more you're engaged, the more we want to know how cool you think it is. And use the hashtag ARCAMT. That's kind of our way to kind of funnel things through, and we might even use that during the broadcasting. It's a nice long race.
I'm thinking we're going to.
So we want to see where you're watching the race. If you're in the grandstands, awesome. If you're at home or you're in the shop working on your roadster, great. We want to know what you're up to, because we want to engage you in what we enjoy with the Midwest Tour.
If you're on the patio grilling, we want to see that too.
You can cook out at Kaukauna too, in Wisconsin National Raceway. I mentioned gates open at 4. Pits are open well before that. So if you want to get a pit pass, that's okay. Pit gates open at 10 a.m. Qualifying is at 5 o'clock sharp for the Midwest trucks, followed by the ARCA Midwest Tour. Top 16 lock in. Then they head up to the front gate for an autograph session at 6. So the top 16 super late model drivers are going to be at the front gate for an autograph session inside the gate, so you don't have to go anywhere. Just come on, walk around, get your burger, get your drink of choice, and it's really going to be cool, because we're going to have opening ceremonies about 6:20. We're going racing at 6:30, and it's going to be a lot of fun between the Midwest Tour and the Midwest Truck Series racing on a Tuesday night in August. I cannot wait. The first Tuesday's here already, Dean.
What else do you have to do on a Tuesday night in August, right?
Yeah. It's going to be great. So join us. We hope you enjoyed our Midwest Tour Talk tonight. He's Dean Strom. I'm Jim Trado. Looking forward to seeing you and Matt Vadi and the whole gang. Yeah, I mentioned that cracker. That's upside down. The whole gang joining us on Tuesday night, August 2nd. MidwestTour.tv is where you can find it. Hope to see you at the track as well. Thanks for joining us.